Let's do it.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best Wrestler Alive Platinum match, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man. Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Featuring your hosts, Dan and Donnie. We Are Wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, and still the We Are Wrestling champion, the best one, Donnie, here with
Dan Eddy. What's going on, everybody? And you really had to only wait 5 seconds to remind me that you always still won the belt, huh, Donnie?
Oh, absolutely, because every time you and Ben are so confident that you guys are going to win the championship, and it doesn't happen. I think I'm going to have this championship for a very, very long time, And you guys are probably wondering where Rage is. He will be here in just an hour. He's running some errands real quick. Some family things came up, so he's going to take care of that. Then he'll be joining us in the live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast that you can check out every Wednesday live, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And before we get into the intro here, we got a couple comments I do want to read. We got Jordan Kirby in the chat. We got Sammy. We got Alex Johnson. We got We Are Wrestling YouTube member Angelo in the chat. What's going on, guys?
Yes.
And we got Jordan in here. Way to go, WWE. Y'all spoiled the surprise return before it even happened. This has been the worst year in WWE history. Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about it in our main event topic this week, with AJ Lee's return being confirmed. Sammy in the live chat. Hey, Donnie and Ben, did you know AEW All Out will start at 3 p.m. on September 20th, HBO Max? Only the cost $40, not $50. Oh, we're going to talk about all of it here live on the new episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. But before we get into all that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this episode on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast, and wow, I almost botched that.
We're doing it
all
live.
right. Well, anything can happen when you're live. But if you're listening to this wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode and give us a follow. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you can catch these episodes live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. Hang out in the live chat with the rest of the We Are Wrestling Maniacs. You get vlogs, you get live watch-alongs for all the AEW pay-per-views and WWE PLEs, reactions, everything pro wrestling, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers. We recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but
Well, how's everything going with you, Dan? How was your week?
It's been going good. My week has been awesome. My weekends, celebrate Labor Day weekend. Didn't really do anything much. Went shopping. And I held down the fort for you guys. I did a watch along for the Clash in Paris PLE, which we'll talk about later on down the road. But yeah, overall, it was pretty fun. How was yours?
Pretty good. I didn't get eaten by a bear. I'm here live for another episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. I wish Rage was here because it is just you and I kind of wish I did get eaten by a bear, but it is what it is. We're alive. We're here. And honestly, camping was a lot better than I expected it to. I know all the maniacs were telling me it. You were telling me. Ben was telling me. Everybody around me was telling me. It was a very good experience. And I actually vlogged it too, which I should have that video up on my personal channel, the Best One Donnie channel. I'm hoping within the next couple weeks.
Story time. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you're talking to an Eagle Scout here. So, I mean, camping is like second nature to me, literally because it's nature, but it's no pun intended. Yeah, you had nothing to worry about. Bears, they're here and there everywhere. I told you the worst part is forgetting toilet paper and probably not knowing how to start a fire. Those are probably the two biggest concerns.
It all turned out pretty cool. One thing I did see though, it was around like 6:30 in the morning. Actually got it on video. I actually saw a turkey. I saw a mom turkey and like 3 baby turkeys just right around my campsite.
Nice. Trying to escape from Thanksgiving.
Yep, trying to escape from Thanksgiving. And her dad told me I should have friggin' killed it.
Nah, we'll let him live.
We'll let him live.
Yeah.
But honestly, not a bad time. Not a bad time at all. And let's see, we got Nate Daniel. How is it going? Imagine if Punk choose Nikki Bella over AJ Lee. I think a lot of people would be very pissed off. Like I said, the only way it makes sense, any of this stuff, is having AJ Lee. Like, if AJ Lee's not here, no point in Becky Lynch doing what she did. No point in her joining the Vision. It's got to be AJ Lee.
I want to give a quick shout out to Nathaniel because he was in the live chat for the watch along during the Clash in Paris almost the entire time. So I appreciate you, man, for sticking in there, going through my technical difficulties. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. And if it is anyone over AJ Lee, it's disappointing. It has to be his wife. Exactly. And we're going to be going in full details on our main event topic because I know we're all very excited, but also nervous because you never know at WWE what's going to happen. Well, we might as well start things off with the power of the poll. If you guys want to be a part of this, all you got to do is go to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, go to our community tab. We give you guys 1 week to vote on certain wrestling topics. And since it is back to school season, we figured let's ask you guys, out of these 4 wrestlers, who would you want to be your teacher? And here are the results. Andre Chase with the win. 57% of you guys picked him. Whoop. What is happening? Do I have it on loop? Yes, I do. Of course I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're
probably
botching. Well, 57% of you guys picked Andre Chase, while 12% picked Matt Stryker, 10% picked the Professor, Lanny Poffo, and 21% of you guys picked Damian Sandow. Do we agree with this? Yes or no, and why?
I agree. Yeah, Chase was probably the one I was thinking about. I think that's the one I voted for too. Surprised the Professor didn't get more than it was. Is it 10% or no 12%?
10% for the Professor.
Yeah,
but I think the reason Lanny didn't get a lot of votes, I think, is because he is more of an old school guy, and I feel like with our demographic, the subscribers on the channel probably don't really know who he is. They do know his brother, the Macho Man. I actually didn't know that, like he was his brother until like later on.
Yeah, I didn't know that so much later on either, and you just reminded me, so I actually did forget about it. So yeah, I would agree with this list.
I will say, I don't know, man. I think Damian Sandow should have won this. I think, like, I get Andre Chase is like the cool guy. That's probably why he won, because he probably would be the cool teacher. Like, he was the one that would like let you stay at recess for an extra 5 to 10 minutes outside. He would let you have extra snacks in his classroom. That's probably why people picked Andre Chase, because Damian Sandow I would have picked because I would have learned the most. That's why I would have picked him.
Me and Alex Johnson have the same idea. We both chose Andre Chase.
Yeah, and Andre Chase has had some pretty good students too. I'm surprised Matt Stryker didn't get a lot of love. That I'm surprised by.
I wonder who Rage picked.
Rage probably picked Matt Stryker because he's a ruthless aggression guy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah, he is a good teacher. But yeah, so for this week's Power of the Poll, congratulations to Chase U University, because they have the honor of winning a Power of the Poll here on the We Are Wrestling podcast. And hopefully they acknowledge us in their next session now that we're back to school. But if you guys want to go vote on next week's Power of the Poll, it is up right now. We asked you guys, out of these 4 Attitude Era wrestlers, who is the toughest? You get to pick between Mark Miro, Ken Shamrock, Steve Blackman, or Dan Severin. And you can go vote on that right now. But don't worry, the following week, Ben's got a good one, because I am asking Ben and Dan to get more involved here with the Power of the Polls, because I think that this is like at least like our 30th probably at this point. Like, we've done so many of them. I'm running out of ideas.
Probably, at least 10 for me or so, yeah. I would definitely come up with some good ones over the next few days here, let you know.
All right. Well, let's advertise a couple things here real quick before we do get into the TV recap and our highlight of the week. Starting things off, if you guys haven't checked out the We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra, we were live last Thursday because last Wednesday's episode, we did do a full predictions on WWE Clash in Paris. And I think moving forward for the PLEs, we want to start doing this. We want to cover the news on an extra the next day, rather than have an extra long episode the following week covering 2 weeks worth of news. And in this case, Old School Phil actually came back And yeah, he was having lots of technical difficulties with his old computer. What an old guy.
He looks like Tom from MySpace.
Yeah, no, literally his connection was 2006 Tom from MySpace.
Wow.
So usually I encourage the We Are Wrestling Maniacs to check our videos out. And we need more people. If we're going to be making this a live thing, we need more of you guys in the live chat on Thursdays because there's not a lot of you. But in this case, please don't go back and watch this because I think it was one of the worst.
That's how I felt like my watch along was.
It was a disaster this week in the We Are Wrestling universe.
We're doing
I don't know.
Fuck it.
And I don't know, Dan Eddy. I think next month's super chat goal, we might have to give you a punishment because of what happened on the Clash in Paris stream. Crashing your computer 3 times.
About time I get a goal.
So did We Are Wrestling
Maniacs
let us know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see Dan Eddy do for a $100 goal. Let us know because we are just running out of ideas here. A lot of chaos.
An idea that I would throw into it live that if we reach whatever the amount of money is, I will do the Penta entrance, the Sierra Mio with the mask and everything. I will make a TikTok or a reel of it. That's just an idea that I have.
I think it's got to be it's got to be in public if you're going to do that because the people they want to see it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I won't do it in like my house or anything. I'll go out and do it somewhere.
Hell yeah,
I have a few ideas where
we'll figure something out. We'll let the Maniacs decide. We'll talk about it more behind the scenes.
Definitely pop it up in the live chat if you guys have any ideas.
Of course, Alex Johnson, I'm not surprised by this request. You've been asking for this for over 172 episodes. The next power of the poll could be who's the hottest current WWE women's wrestler, with the 4 choices being Liv Morgan, Io Sky, Stephanie Valkyrie, and Tiffany Stratton. Unfortunately, Alex, we can't do this because we already know you're going to rig it and you're going to give all the votes to Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan should be left.
We got Bradley in the chat. What's going on? You are not late to the party. We're only getting started. By the way, Rage will be here in about 45 minutes to an hour. He's just running some family errands, so he will be here later on in the episode. Nate Daniel, Donnie, do you think the winner of Cope and Christian versus FTR goes for the tag titles? I think Adam Copeland and Christian, they got to win a couple more matches. They just came back together. That's why I'm kind of happy FTR didn't win the tag belts, actually. Because I think giving Christian and Adam the titles right away, I think they got to build it up.
Yeah, they don't want to pull a like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair kind of thing.
Absolutely. But now, might as well ask you before I forget, like last week, what is your highlight of the week this week?
I would probably say I'm between 2, and one of them we're going to talk about already. With Sami Zayn. So my other highlight would probably just be the watch along. I have a blast doing the Clash in Paris PLE with you guys. Granted, my computer crashed almost 3 times. Luckily, the event ended while my computer was still freezing for the third. But for a watch along, it kind of got me back into the mood of doing my Twitch streams for football season, which is just around the corner. Quick plug-in. So if you want to add me on that Twitch, same name, Dan Eddy.
In the description box below.
Yep. So definitely check that out. But yeah, the watch along was fun. I think before my computer crashed for the first time, we had over 315 people in here. It was really fun. So yeah, shout out to all the Maniacs for showing up. I appreciate you guys. I know it wasn't Rage. I know it wasn't the best one, Donnie. It was yours truly, the new guy. But I appreciate you guys popping in. It was really fun. I
will say this. The numbers probably went down a lot too because I had no access to a computer. So when you did make the second stream, I couldn't put the tags in there. I couldn't put like there's certain things you got to do in like the algorithm to get the numbers and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, I kind of figured it out. We still had an average of like 50, 60 some people between each crash. So yeah.
And it does make sense that you did crash because it is Clash in Paris.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Hey, we got
Danny.
Danny Huckins here in the live chat. Sup, bruh? What's going on, Danny? Don't worry, your buddy Ben will be here pretty soon. What's going on, Spencer? I saw
What's
you
up,
a lot.
Spence?
I saw Spence a lot in the live chat during the Clash
Sure.
in Paris. But I will share my highlight of the week real quick. Mine, man, I gotta just give it to I gotta pick two here. The first one, I gotta go with AEW Dynamite last Wednesday because this was their first show after the pay-per-view that they had. And a lot of the times when AEW, they have such a great pay-per-view and they have such a shitty Dynamite right after. And like
Really?
all that momentum that they build up at the pay-per-view just disappears. But this Wednesday, like, man, the Wednesday episode was so good in the 2300 arena. I love the ECW vibe, love the entrance. They actually were building storylines for once, and they were planting
there you go.
seeds. So I was very happy about the 2300 arena and AEW Dynamite. I really am enjoying what they're doing right now over there in Philadelphia, which they're going to be there for the next couple weeks. So I'm excited about that. Makes me excited to tune in. But I also want to give another highlight of the week to WWE, Monday Night Raw and Clash in Paris, because that crowd was incredible. Even last Friday on SmackDown. So like overall, my highlight of the week, I really got to give it to the fans. As corny as that sounds, I got to give it to the fans in Paris and Philadelphia this week, even though Philadelphia still smells like trash. But that's my highlight of the week.
It's not every day the crowds are the highlights.
And we got Danny in here. Clash in Paris was better than SummerSlam. How do you feel about that?
That's very debatable, actually. I feel like
SummerSlam
was...
Are we talking night one or night two?
That's a good idea. I mean...
Because I thought SummerSlam was better.
I would say SummerSlam as a whole was better than Clash in Paris. If you're taking the whole Clash in Paris PLE to maybe night one of SummerSlam, I would say Clash in Paris.
Yeah.
But SummerSlam as overall, I would say it was better than Clash.
Nate Daniel in the live chat. Do you want to see Becky versus AJ feud for the IC Championship? I will talk about that when we get to our main event topics. So Nate Daniel, you need to just take a deep breath and be patient. Because we're going to really talk about all of it. I know it's exciting. Like AJ Lee, I said it on here. I am waiting until something is confirmed to get excited. Because just like CM Punk, I never thought it was going to happen. And that's the thing. Like, I didn't want to get my hopes up, like all these PLEs getting so excited for AJ Lee to show up, and then she doesn't. So instead of getting myself disappointed, like I do 95% of the time when I'm watching a WWE show, I decided, why not friggin' just wait? And that's why I think like a lot of us are excited about the AJ Lee thing. And we're going to get into it. Trust me. Rusev versus Sheamus is my favorite match of the month.
That was a good match. They had some great spots.
They're back in the 2300 arena tonight. Huge reason why I'm streaming tonight. Hell yeah. I'll definitely be doing some reactions. And Rage just said he'll be here in a few. Let's freaking go.
Rage.
Are you happy AEW All Out isn't at the same time? Yes, I am, and I can't wait till we talk about it. And I'm sure Rage will be here by the time we get to that. But we might as well get into the WWE Clash in Paris review. And believe it or not, guys, a lot of the times I don't re-watch the PLEs if they're not live. But in this case, it was Labor Day on Monday. I decided to leave camp Sunday night. So Monday, all day long, I had nothing going on. I wanted to relax. So what did I do? Put on some good old Clash in Paris. So I did watch the show. And I'll give you guys my thoughts as we go throughout this review. So here we go. And why is this popping up? There we go. Clash in Paris.
Hey.
Which we do have.
That crowd, you mentioned it before, Donnie. That crowd, I would say, is a very close second to Leon France for Backlash. I would say that was a very close second, like if not almost better.
Dude, I was more of a fan of this crowd than I was last year's Paris crowd. or France.
Okay.
Like, I really enjoyed this crowd. One of the best, I think, in 2025. Easily.
Yeah, definitely up there easily. Yeah. So yeah, our first match was Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. I enjoyed that match because like Roman Reigns just got a huge pop, and he gets he gets the like I don't want to say filler matches these days, but he was the first match of the night with Bronson Reed.
Setting an example.
He set the tone, I guess. Yeah, you can say that. I really kind of low key wanted it to be Roman versus Braun Breaker, but I'm sure we'll get that later down the road.
Ooh, patience, Dad. Patience.
I know. The battle of the spear. So needless to say, Roman Reigns did win. And I think I did pick Roman Reigns in our predictions episode, but he got his revenge, much like he did with Seth Rollins during WrestleMania last year. He got his revenge on Paul Heyman after he was basically throwing Roman Reigns to the side and going to Seth Rollins to start the faction. And in comes Braun Breaker.
My favorite part.
Spears the shit out of him. Breaks the table.
Fear to spear, baby. I'm buying that shirt on WWE Shop when I get paid on Friday.
I was telling this in to the live chat on Sunday. His spear is really different. He jumps maybe 10 feet until he hits a target. Now, if you look at Roman Reigns' spear or maybe Rhino's spear or the ones who have done it the best over the years of spears, they maybe jump 3 or 4 feet. It's like if you take the basketball and dunk towards the hoop, but you jump from the free throw line in order to dunk it. That's what Braun Breaker's spear is just like. It's ridiculous. I
think he has the best spear in the game right now, easily.
He does almost a swanton bomb in the middle of the air while he's doing a spear. It's ridiculous. But
I think he's got the cleanest spear right now.
I say that because when he did the spear, Roman Reigns on the announcing table, he went upside down and Braun Breaker hit his head on the announce table. So if you watch back, he gets up and he's like, shaking his head.
I'm going to tag myself in. I'm going to tag myself in now. So we do have here Bronson Reed with the tsunami. And I must say, I do see your comment here, Angelo. How many times do we have to see the same angle to write Roman off of TV? Do something different and throw him through the stage or something, not 3 tsunamis every time. In this case, surprisingly, I was okay with the way they wrote him off, having him get speared and then getting hit with the tsunami. I thought Bronson Reed losing this match was going to make him look bad. But in this case, honestly, having him, do what he did to Roman, similar to what he did to Seth Rollins years ago, I think that this was a great way to put him over. And he still took the loss.
This was more the 4 or 5 tsunamis too. He packed him up. He packed Roman Reigns up.
Roman Reigns is supposed to be out until Perth or the beginning of October or closer to Survivor Series. I think it'll be Survivor Series when he comes back, realistically, but that's just a prediction. Then we had Jey Uso come to the rescue here from Roman Reigns, which I thought was a cool touch because a lot of the times when somebody's going for a world championship or during a main event match, you don't really get that often. So I liked this here with Jey Uso coming in, pretty much risking his health for his brother Roman Reigns. I think they've done a good job rebuilding this relationship, especially with SummerSlam when Roman pushed Jey out of the side and took the spear from Breaker. I think they've done a great job rebuilding this friendship. And there's another tsunami.
If anybody knows where to get those shorts that Jey Uso was wearing, I want them because those look comfy as fuck.
And there's Roman stretchered away, and we probably won't be seeing him until Survivor Series because he's going to film some Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But now I'll talk about this one here because
tag it because I've barely seen this.
Yeah,
one
because
my computer crashed.
Because my 2 favorite matches were this year, the tag match and Logan and Cena. So I'm definitely going to take over with those matches just because I feel very passionate about it. They gave us another tag match on a premium live event. I can't believe it because when we did our predictions last week on the show, this match wasn't announced. They announced it on Friday, the night before this, or 2 nights before the event. So the fact that they gave us another tag match and they over-delivered yet again, proving why they deserve to be on the PLEs, I think it made the show so much better because, like, that's the thing about Triple H's tag team era. You go back to old NXT, TakeOver. Like, they put on some of the best tag matches I've ever watched. And they just,
real quick.
they fit the card perfect.
Isn't this the SmackDown Tag Team Champions?
Yes. SmackDown
Isn't it the second straight PLE for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship?
Yes, it is.
And then Monday Night Raw, they're still mourning of the New Day losing the tag team titles.
Yes, they are. Doing Papa John commercials.
Bring Big E back. Like, come on, guys.
But man, what a match. What a great match this was. I think all four guys definitely showed out, and they proved why they deserve to be on premium live events. And then, of course, we did get Uncle Howdy's interference to help the Wyatt Six retain the tag titles. I think that this was the right decision because there's just so much depth right now in the SmackDown tag division. So giving the titles to the Wyatt Six who have character, and then you can have those creepy vignettes. You can have Uncle Howdy stirring the pot like he was doing on Friday before the Clash in Paris. I love everything they're doing with the SmackDown tag titles. And when we do get into the Jimmy and Jay TV recap, I do want to give you guys a little fantasy booking idea that I have for the Raw tag belts.
Ooh.
Because they haven't done shit with them. And they're teasing the split with the Profits. I feel like their time is coming up.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that happen, but I guess, it's inevitable.
All right, I'll let you tag yourself back in.
All right, so Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella, a.k.a. Nikki Botch. They put on a good match. It was kind of predictable in a sense because I was saying in the watch along stream was they're not going to give Nikki Bella the belt. So they went through this whole faction of Lyra Valkyria against Bayley just to put Becky Lynch over even more with the IC title. I think Becky Lynch has it now for over 85 days. Somebody can double check on that for me because I looked it up Sunday, but I forget. Like
he's good with his numbers, guys.
And they're doing something with Becky as IC champion, and now her joining the faction with Seth Rollins, there is going to be gold within the group, and sooner or later they might have two Brawns win the tag team titles.
They should have the tag titles. SmackDown. I don't understand why we don't have the tag belts on them right now.
They have the power couple of Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, both with gold, and Seth Rollins, spoiler alert, retained too. So they have this whole thing going on with Becky Lynch, and they're not going to give it to Nikki Bella, who came back like not even a month ago. And
this match was garbage, bro. LOL, there wasn't anything good about it.
Okay, all right. I mean, it wasn't the match of the night. It wasn't the match of the night. I'll give him that. It wasn't
predictable.
It was very predictable. It was probably the filler match for the PLE, but nonetheless, it did add to Becky Lynch's title reign, which they're trying to do something with, and so you got to respect what they're going to do with the storyline aspect of it. The match it was trash.
Like, I get what they're doing here. Like, it's becoming, hey,
what's up, Rage? And he's in mute.
Nope, he's good. He's good.
You good?
You want to say hi to the Maniacs? They can't hear you. You got to turn your mic on. There you go. Yeah, so she retained the championship, guys. Nothing special here. But they are trying to build the title reign. I do agree with you on that. And maybe AJ Lee will be the one to take the belt. Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
you're in.
What's going on, guys? Sorry for being late, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
What's up?
Hello.
You always got to have one filler match. Agree.
Yep.
Good afternoon.
You always got to have one. Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's why my least favorite the entire night.
Well, let's move on now to the Donkey Brook match.
This was
I said that on purpose. It's
This was my match of the night until the John Cena, because this match I feel like over-delivered. They had so many great spots, including the which Sheamus's move, like the white noise, over the whiskey barrels. And then, yeah, like this one here, Rusev throwing Sheamus into the bar and breaking it. Like, oh, yeah. And then Rusev was on I forget his name, or as a move name.
Oh, what the hell is it? Somebody in the live chat. I forgot the name of this too.
Attraction or something like that.
Camel clutch. I don't think he calls it the camel clutch,
but he calls it something else. I forgot.
He calls it something else.
Accolade,
oh, the accolade.
Yes, that was it. I knew it started with an A.
The accolade. Yeah.
I knew it started with an S though.
That's the spot you were talking about, Dan.
Yeah, that was.
We are inches away from seeing his orange balls, bro.
Only you, Rage. Only you would want to see his orange.
I mean, it's kind of fucking there, dude. The dude's a fucking 6'4" pile of fucking milk.
Nickelodeon
It's
droplets.
not hard to fucking. It's like seeing Dan Eddy's beard from far away.
Hey.
Dude. So you can spot that shit like a spotlight.
Hey, come on.
Tell me you're fucking Irish.
Just because I can grow one doesn't mean to make fun of me. Don't be hating on me.
I actually shaved mine today. I was actually told by Ash that I'm actually growing something, so fuck you. Mom told me different.
Mom told me I could do things.
Angelo, Sheamus lives up to his gimmick, banger after banger after banger. This was a banger. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so Rusev ended up winning, right?
Yes, Rusev.
Didn't I originally have Rusev, and then I had to fucking change it because Donnie fucking picked the same thing as everything?
No, basically what happened was you both picked Sheamus off the bat. What made you decide to change your vote? It was actually on the Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns match. You picked Bronson Reed. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to pick Cena. You should have picked Cena over.
That's right. Yeah, Angelo had something. It was only Sheamus' second time ever tapping out.
Sorry, my bad. I went by the typical WWE formula.
So I was saying on Sunday for this match I think this feud is finally over, and I think they can add something to Rusev, right?
Sorry, I wanted to be a double neck.
And now that Sami Zayn won the United States Championship, maybe they can do something there and have Rusev actually go for that title or something else. Because I don't think Rusev going after like Solo would have been just like natural. I think Sami Zayn and Rusev can work something. Because I think they bumped into him while he was doing the backstage.
Don't even get me started with Sami Zayn. I'm not ready to talk.
That's right.
About
Yeah,
it.
you were going to rant about it earlier.
But before we get into the next match, Rage, I figured out what happened last Thursday. Remember when I messaged you about Phil and like what was going on with the internet and stuff?
Wonking out.
Well, do you want to see this dude set up?
I did.
I have a picture of it.
Well, let's go. Let's do it again.
There it is, right there. That's his setup.
That was awful. That's awful. How you about to do that to my boy Phil?
Me? I was live. That was one of the worst extras we've ever done.
But you burying him right now. Why?
Why? Because he's old school Phil. He needs to get on with the 2025 technology. Not the 1993 freaking computer made out of a hamster running the fucking thing.
Damn, this dude fucking woke up and just chose fucking violence against Phil this morning. He decided to be his worst fucking enemy.
I still love you, old school Phil. But I do want to talk about this one. Logan Paul versus John Cena. And my God, what a classic. I knew Logan Paul was going to give Cena such a good match here. And the crowd, this was one of my favorite John Cena entrances. Got to be in the top 10. Them all singing "You Can't See Me, My Time Is Now." It was the funniest shit I've ever fucking watched in my entire life.
Can I just talk about what a gent that we have on here on the podcast, Dan Eddy? What a guy. He mutes his mic when he has a fucking coughing fit. What a fucking guy. I just want to give him a round of applause. Dubs in the chat for Dan Eddy. I saw him having a fucking straight up coughing fit on camera, but it was muted.
I've done a podcast before, man.
Well, we have here John Cena, Logan Paul just giving it to each other. I thought that this was a really cool spot with John Cena paying homage to Christopher Daniels with the with his finisher. I thought that was cool. Man, these two definitely just put on such a great match.
Can we talk about this? The fact that he was paying homage to so many people, and that's actually something that's been happening a lot with Cena. That's how you know this is over. Is he's paying homage to all of his fucking rivals, all of the people that he came up with. This is fucking awesome, dude. Just seeing Cena really put in the fucking 150% in this last final stretch of his run is crazy.
He did a zigzag.
Incredible. Dude, like this match was so good, and
I
like
need to watch it.
I'm telling you this right now, the Logan Paul slander, it's done. Like
Yeah.
if you can't admit Logan's a good wrestler, then you don't know what good wrestling is. John Cena gets the win, which I was surprised by. I think we all got that prediction wrong.
Yeah. Again, I went by the typical WWE formula.
Me too.
I thought, like he was gonna, and it was justifiable in this case. It's just it didn't happen, and I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, especially like
no
not having
Brock.
like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, no Brock. I was kind of fucking surprised.
One more Brock Lesnar t-shirt to in the moment. I was like,
I saw that this shit was unpredictable, and then Becky joining the Vision. And now we got this segment.
That unpredictable.
I'm so excited to talk about this.
Yeah, so this was not my match of the night. That's a hot take, but I saw it coming. I didn't see the Becky Lynch aspect of it at the end, but to be honest, I wasn't that excited about it. But now seeing what they were doing with it, and after Monday Night Raw, it's like, okay, all right, now they got something cooking, and they better fucking deliver. And this match had some great spots from what I remember, because like I said, my computer crashed almost 3 times this entire watch along, and I was so fucking pissed. I was so fucking pissed and embarrassed because I was trying to hold down the fort, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, rage." So in the We Are Wrestling, we've decided that the end of September, when we reach our next goal, which we haven't decided what the punishment's going to be, Dan Eddy's going to be the one to take it because his computer crashed 3 times. On the live stream.
What is he gonna do?
I don't know. I already said we'll talk about it behind the scenes.
Oh Lord, Dan, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I've brought you into, but you came during a high period. You came during a very low point. We needed some new entertainment, so I'm sorry, man, for what you're about to go through. I don't know what the hell he's got planned.
That's fine. I feel like I gotta get hazed and join the fraternity,
Yeah.
But
appreciate the support, LBZ.
This spot where Becky Lynch shows up at the black hoodie, it is what it is. I wasn't excited for it when it happened, but it was like a long, drawn out burn, slow burn. It was like, okay, I see what they're doing.
I could tell who the fuck that is just by looking at their fucking bitch eyes, bro. Oh my god, I can't wait until fucking AJ Lee comes and just fucking smacks the bitch off her lips, bro. Oh my god. I'm so fucking excited.
They're setting it up. They're setting it up.
Motherfucker, I saw her and Punk shit with fucking Seth letting Becky take control of it. He's like, I'm make him regret cashing in on me, and you're gonna regret putting your hands on me. I was like, shit, let's go. Shit.
And predictable as fuck. Seth Rollins retained the championship, but I think there's a bigger story being told here.
I'm not gonna lie though. I wouldn't tell you. I would tell you that I'm lying. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm not excited for this. Like, I'm excited to see how the heel Becky Lynch and the heel Seth Rollins, how they kind of commit to a faction, and I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out. So
it's kind of like
and for more of a long-term sense too, this is going to be a huge fucking thing. I don't think a lot of people realize how big.
And also it's going to be interesting too, because that's the thing as well. It's also, we have to consider as well, this isn't going to be Vince McMahon writing Becky and Seth together just because they're a couple.
This is Paul, bitch.
This is going to be, I think that this is going to be a lot better than their first time around. I will say that.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so fucking excited.
It gives me vibes of the modern day Triple H and Stephanie McMahon when they're both heels.
That's not a bad comparison, but not on the level of Triple H and Stephanie, but definitely I do see the comparison.
Yeah.
But honestly, we might as well talk about the segment for Monday Night Raw with CM Punk and Becky Lynch. Well, pretty much what happened this past Monday. CM Punk was looking to beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, but there comes the man, Becky Lynch. And then basically...
There's a reason why it's called the man. She wears the pants?
Put him in his place, and then CM Punk was going back and forth with her, and then she started putting her hands on her. What was your thoughts on the segment?
Well, if it proved anything, Becky's definitely the man. She wears the pants, and her own husband raids her wardrobe. Yeah, I was really, really fucking hype about this because right now, I wouldn't be remiss if I were to say that, Becky Lynch has the most punchable face in WWE right now. Like, nobody fucking fucks with her right now. Like, nobody.
And that's how a heel should be.
Until now. I was obviously in the mass ocean of the Becky Lynch fatigue and like the Becky Hogan shit. Like I'm 100% there with all y'all,
Yep.
my dog. It's been a very bumpy ride for a long time, but this is something to get real excited about because not only do we have Becky and Lynch in the mix with her own husband, Braun Breaker, Paul fucking Heyman. That is what I'm really stoked about. Is like people don't understand how big this is because now Paul Heyman's involved too.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought about the
Isn't this gonna be his first time managing a woman wrestler?
That's why I'm so excited about it because
Yeah.
to see his basically praise and his his advocacy on Becky Lynch of all people too is going to be a fucking real fun story to go down. And then everything else that's also involved, like, again, we'll address the elephant in the room, the return of AJ Lee.
Oh, yeah. With our main event topic, we're going to talk about all the scenarios. I cannot wait.
But that's why it's so big, man. And for that to be the kickoff, like, big explosion when it comes to this new faction, dude, you couldn't have a better WWE right now. Like, we're literally witnessing obviously CM Punk living and breathing and having fucking 5-star matches after his return. And now the biggest possible holy shit that could break the wrestling world and the internet of AJ Lee not only coming back to the show, but apparently to the company. Obviously, we'll get into all those details after. But this is fucking huge, dude. This is something we never thought we ever had the chance of day to see. Like, we never thought this was ever going to happen, ever. So this is a big scenario, y'all, and a lot of big players are in it. And if you think about it, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are the future of this business. So they are getting shaped in this whole thing at the same time. Everybody is fucking winning, bro. Everybody is winning.
When it does come to Paul Heyman, I will say this. I love the chemistry he has with Bronson Reed. I really love the chemistry he has with Braun Breaker because it reminds me of that ruthless aggression Brock Lesnar, except he can talk. I also love the possible chemistry with Becky Lynch and Paul Heyman. I'm just not a fan of Seth Rollins and Heyman. Like, I don't see the chemistry there.
Yeah, dude,
But this faction has potential,
brother.
And I can't wait to see what happens with Braun Breaker. That's what I'm excited about the most.
But to put you to like to ease a little bit when it comes to Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, man, we're just getting started.
Exactly. That's why I'm not criticizing it.
It's a slow burn, but we're getting heavier on the pedal. So again, like you say all the time, let it cook. Let it cook.
Patience. Yep. I gotta take my own advice. Patience.
Sip that grandpappy's old cough medicine. Let's do it, bro.
But man, I'm just very excited to see what's gonna happen here because WrestlePalooza is looking very stacked.
It's a must not miss event. I mean, you might have to cut your AEW watching a little short because they go on for 9 hours, and then you got WrestlePalooza at the same day, but later in the day. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be real careful.
We'll see. Usually AEW is 5 hours, and the show is 3 p.m. So I think they might be done with the show right when it begins.
WrestlePalooza is at, I think WrestlePalooza is at 7.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to correct us in the chat.
I think it's at 7 p.m.
Hey, Danny Huckins, I do see your comments in here. What time is it at? Let us know. But let's move on now to the We Are Wrestling Podcast weekly TV recap. Talk about some of the highlights that have happened on wrestling television this past week. And starting things off, last Wednesday, when AEW Dynamite went off the air, Tony Khan announced that AEW will be paying tribute to Taz by raising his banner in the rafters of the 2300 Arena, which is ECW's home. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously Taz is a ECW staple. I mean, he's actually one of the, I think, really only active, like, on a bigger platform ECW fucking legends that are still kind of doing something right now. And he has Hook, who's currently building himself to be a huge fucking star. Like, it's right. It's right. If anybody deserves it, it's Taz.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Mm-hmm.
I will say this: I'm really happy with this decision.
Thanks, VZ.
And I thought that this was really cool too, because Taz, like,
Sammy
if you watch the
7.
video, so
It's 7 o'clock
7 or 8. We'll see what the hell happened. We'll figure. We'll see. We'll figure.
Motherfucker got told 7 p.m. and he's like, "We'll see." Like, fucking asshole.
We're in your time zone too, buddy.
All I know is I'm
We're in the
watching.
same time zone.
All I know is, as long as they don't open the show with AJ Lee, I'll be okay.
Watch them open the fucking show with AJ Lee. Motherfucker's gonna be biting his nails.
Yeah, I am. Oh man, but even the whole card's looking good. But
It's
back to
stacked.
Taz, back to acknowledging Taz. If you watch this video, because they did post the full thing over on their YouTube channel and their social media, Taz was caught off guard. Like, he did not expect this at all. And it was cool to see, like, the entire roster come out. They're wearing the orange Taz shirts. And then you got to see his wife. You got to see his kid, Hook. And I just thought that there was a really cool way to honor him, especially because right now AEW has the Regency right now at the 2300 Arena. So they're going to be taping their television shows the next couple weeks live in the 2300. So I like that they're giving Taz his flowers, because I feel like he's somebody that doesn't really get those flowers often compared to the other ECW guys.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, like, the dude was obviously, a star, but then you also have to remember, like, what he's doing now, like his commentary and everything. He's been doing that for fucking years, man. Like, Taz is no stranger to the game, and I think that needs to be commended as well. The dude is just a Hall of Famer all around, and I'm glad they're doing it.
Me too. Real quick,
Yeah.
Chris, why Tony Khan and AEW didn't pay tribute to Hulk Hogan in the first place? Yes, they did. Tony Schiavone pretty much made this beautiful speech on commentary honoring Hulk Hogan. So you got to go back and watch it. But,
Before you do, I just want to give AEW some props real quick, which is something that does not happen often.
Well, somebody clip this.
I'm really glad that there are promotions like AEW, specifically them, that are kind of honoring these people while they're still around to see it. A lot of shit can happen at any minute, and wrestling is one of the most taxing sports you could be a part of, and it shortens your life, it takes a toll on your body. So the fact that this is becoming more of a thing, where wrestlers are getting acknowledged, past talent that paved the way, while they're still very much so alive and could even take part in it. So it's really cool to see. That's all.
man, and that's the thing too. I love that the morales are getting better too in AEW. So hopefully they continue to keep this momentum. But moving on now to some unfortunate stuff, and I can't believe it, Rage. You and I said this, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? We were done talking about this individual until something happens.
Bitch,
and then what does WWE do?
Oh.
All right, we might as well get into it.
What?
Last Friday on SmackDown, Sami Zayn defeated Solo Sikoa to win the U.S. title.
Motherfucker, why? Why are we talking about him right now? We already know. I already voiced my disdain very colorfully in the fucking group chat. Nobody needs to hear that type of shit. That is some belligerency, and it'll get us demonetized.
It's true.
At least I'm an honest fuck. I'm a fuck, but I'm an honest one.
Maybe it was a good thing that I was out in the wilderness on Friday when I saw this.
Out of spite.
Because if I was here
That's
at
why I'm here.
home, I probably would have made a hot takes episode, and I would have bitched about Sami Zayn winning the championship for 20
Bro,
minutes
you should have
straight.
done it in the fucking woods in your little tent. That would have been so fucking funny, dude. Like, that would have been hilarious. Best one, Don goes camping, and it's a fucking Sami Zayn meltdown. Just starts crashing out, just starts kicking the fucking marshmallows out of people's fucking hands. Does a whole ass body slam to the fire, bro. Oh,
I was
takes the whole trunk.
You don't even
body slams
understand.
that shit.
You don't even
WrestleMania
understand
3
how
explosions.
mad I was. I was so mad when I saw that spoiler. I hated it. I am so over Sami Zayn.
God.
I bet you this is WWE right now. They're giving the championship to Sami so that they could tell Karrion Kross, this could have been you if you re-signed with us without your wife.
Maybe. Probably.
some manipulation bullshit.
Possibility.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, if Sami Zayn does win the world championship, Angelo's been talking about this for months. If this happens,
The thing
I don't even
I
know.
like to point
I
out,
don't
though,
even know.
real quick, this is
I'm over it.
80% probably not the best direction that they can go to, but the 20% they can work with is Sami Zayn can also open up the title for new incomers. With Solo being US champion, they always had it with Fatu, fucking
Danny.
Yeah, I want to read this comment. Read it.
Shut
Read
the
it.
fuck up.
Why are you
Why
guys
are you
upset
guys upset about this? Sorry.
Why are you guys upset about this? Solo.
Solo's had bad match after bad match since he's had the title.
Bitch,
Crazy.
they could have given it to fucking back to LA Knight. They could have given it just back to fucking Jacob. They could have given it to fucking anybody else that is not Sami fucking Zayn, bro.
That's my point.
Anybody
point,
but
though.
Sami. Are you
Yes,
kidding
Dan.
me?
Absolutely.
They can bring it into newcomers and maybe give it to LA Knight or give it to fucking.
You could have given me a shock factor upset, and I would have been like, "Holy shit!" At least they pulled a fucking crazy trigger. But
Call me
Sami fucking
crazy.
Zayn,
Call me crazy. I would rather Mercedes Monday, her 10th freaking
true.
championship, be the United States title than Sami Zayn winning it.
It's true.
nah,
That's
dude.
how over I am with Sami.
No,
I'm
Angelo, we
over it.
shouldn't have given it to Big Jim. Big Jim already fucking catching dubs everywhere. You know how insulting it'd be to be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, nobody's gonna be the champion. I'm gonna be the champion. He already sidelined Naomi, and then to win the title right after, it's a slap in the face, bro. You can't be doing that shit. You're making him head of the
I
table
don't know,
in this house
man.
a little too much.
They could have put over somebody in the mid card division with the championship. Like, why are we giving it to Sami? Like, we've been there, we've done it. We get it. You're gonna put him back in the main event picture. You're gonna build him up like an underdog that he's not, and then he's gonna end up losing, and then he's gonna go back to the drawing board yet again. I don't know what Triple H's obsession is with Sami Zayn. He's a great worker, but I hate that they're overbooking this guy.
He's a phenomenal supporting act, but he's not main character energy. I'm
This
sorry.
is
but
the
he's
first
not.
time winning the United
The only
States
time he was main
Championship.
character energy was Bloodline. That's it.
This is the
Mhm.
first time winning the United States title.
It is his first time, but who fucking cares?
Oh, I'll be raging if he wins the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to be happy if that happens.
Bro, if Sami wins the Rumble in Saudi, I'm literally going to fuck. Donnie, we're bringing your fucking punching bag upstairs that night. I'm letting you know
Yeah,
this
we
right
are.
now. I'm going to beat the shit out of that punching bag on live TV.
Just have
You're
a
gonna see me do
printout
some
of Sami.
crazy shit. You're gonna see
Take
something
down.
happen that you never thought you'd see happen. I'm
Hey,
going to
Rage.
body slam everything. What?
That's a good super chat goal. Freaking if Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, if we reach a certain goal, you and I
Oh.
should have to punch the bag for a whole episode while Dan Eddy freaking talks about all the topics.
Angelo's already bringing up the receipts.
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of Sami Zayn. This is it. He better not do anything special. Hopefully, the next thing we talk about when it involves Sami Zayn is him losing the title.
I'm gonna
Let's
say this
move
right
on.
now. If Sami Zayn wins the fucking Royal Rumble, goes to WrestleMania, and fucking wins the big one, the first fucking thing I want to hear directly after is fucking Brock Lesnar's music. That's the first fucking thing I want to hear. That is the first fucking thing.
And instead of losing in 5 seconds, Kofi Kingston, Sami could lose in 3 seconds.
I literally wanted to bitch slap him, and then immediately it's 1, 2, 3. Fuck you. Fuck no. Fuck you. No. Sami Zayn. Hell no. Hell no.
Okay,
I'd
he
rather
can-
a Brock Reign of Doom again, bro.
Okay, he can't have a bad match, you're right, but he's not main character energy, and I'm sorry, if you're a world champion, you need to have main character energy. Sami wins the title and not LA Knight,
Fuck yeah,
that's a
dude.
problem. If
Chris
freaking Sami
Gallegos
Zayn wins
is
the
going
championship before Jacob Fatu, that's a problem.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. This needs to be highlighted. This is class.
What?
This is so unfucking warranted. Just so free.
We can't be showing stuff like that. Come on.
I'm sorry.
We're
it
not
was
trying to
just
get
so fucking
demonetized.
funny. It was just so fucking funny.
I don't care. All right, we're done talking about Sami Zayn. I'm over this. I can't talk about it anymore.
For one night, we're gonna give him the whole fucking Rumble. You are delusional, Danny. No.
Man, the We Are Wrestling Maniacs, I guess you guys don't want to talk about AJ Lee in our main event topic because we continue to talk about this.
Then
I'm
why'd
sick
you
of
put
it.
it in here? You could have just not talked about it at all.
But we have to. We talk about new champions. Yes, we do.
We don't.
During our
Recap.
TV recap, we always cover new champions.
All right, I
That's
will literally, dude, put a poll up on We Are Wrestling. Be like, does anybody care about Sami Zayn? If we even get fucking just a little under 50%, we will never talk about him again.
Yeah, but look at all these people, though. They're all freaking putting over Sammy right now.
God,
This is crazy. I guess we're the only people that don't like him, I guess, apparently.
Y'all gonna make me
I
hate
don't mind him.
wrestling,
I don't hate him as
bro.
much as you guys. I just don't mind him.
I
Like,
hate him so
I don't love
much.
him.
He's like
They
the
had
Catholic
two.
religion.
Look.
Force it down our throats.
Okay, exactly. I agree with that, and I'm going to add something to that. My problem with Sami Zayn is WWE had two perfect opportunities to put a world championship on him.
So expensive.
And that was an elimination chamber against Roman Reigns, which obviously we know it would have been that would have been huge. Nothing would have been bigger than that. Let's be real. But here's the thing. When it's all said and done, they missed out on the opportunity, and now they can't go back. And it is what it is. And that's why Sami Zayn, I don't know. I'm over it. All right, let's move on to our next TV recap for this week. All right, here we go. This past Monday on Raw, Adam Pearce announced that Stephanie Valkyrie will face off against Io Sky at WWE WrestlePalooza for the vacant Women's World Championship. What's your thoughts on this?
Bitch, yes. This is a phenomenal fucking match right here, dude. Like Io Sky and Stephanie Valkyrie, dude. This is gonna be great. They both spent some time in Japan. It's gonna be a good match, man. They're gonna put on a hell of a show. My heart wants fucking Stephanie to win, but I feel like with the comfortability they're at, it's probably gonna be Io. But if they listen to popular demand and public opinion, it's going to be Stephanie. Do I think it might be a little too soon? Maybe. But at the same time, this is how you make new stars, bro. Sometimes you just got to fucking throw them to the fucking water and let them swim.
Hey, that's what they did with Brock Lesnar when he debuted in WWE.
And dude, give it to me. Like, she's got the public fucking love, bro. She's genuinely fucking talented in the ring. Like, she's genuinely fucking talented. I think it could be good. And having Io Sky be her first rivalry going forward, if she does pick up the win, is a phenomenal pairing, dude. It's phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually really excited for this match. That's actually one of my most anticipated matches that I'm really excited to see on the card.
Could be a match of the night.
It could.
Yeah, definitely.
I could say it would be definitely top 3. But match of the night, man, it's too stacked, and we all know this. It's way too stacked to be like, yeah, match of the night.
I don't know. I'm just saying they are very good professional wrestlers.
Lesnar and Cena again, bro. And on his retirement tour, that's already a big match. We're getting AJ Lee and CM Punk versus fucking Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Look, I'm not trying to have competition here. I'm just saying, do not underestimate these women.
I won't. I'm not underestimating them. I will say it's going to be I just said it was. I praised the fuck out of it. But to say that it might be match of the night for me personally, with what I know is already on there, and we don't even know the full card yet, I'm not going to say that yet. I can't jump to conclusions.
I'm just saying it's possible. I'm not saying it's 100%.
I cannot confirm nor deny. I can't confirm nor deny. I need to be as fair as I possibly can.
How do you feel about this, Dan Eddy?
So when I see this match,
nobody fucking cares. This is a fucking Brock Lesnar reign of terror that nobody asked for.
That's a good one.
When I think of this match or see it on the card, I think of that Peter Griffin reel where it's like, this is a match that makes the difference between the boys, men and the boys, you know? Like,
I didn't know this was We Are Family Guy.
This is We Are. Touch yourself. Sorry.
There's some popsicles in the freezer. I think this match is the match to have to get Valkyrie even more over than she already is. My voice correct. I feel like this is the time where you throw the title at
Wow.
Bakir. Like this is her shot.
Wow.
And with Io Sky is the first competitor that she's gonna have, it's bread and butter. Like Rhea
You're
Ripley
so
might be
spot on
involved.
everything you're saying, but I'm not going to deny the fact that I totally heard that. It's just a hellacious amount of ADD.
My voice correct.
It just kept going. I fucking love this job.
You impress me
Undiagnosed,
every
but
week, Dan. You impress me
undiagnosed,
every
but
week.
well aware.
Well, I'm diagnosed with ADD. But I do
Oh,
want
I
to share
know.
my thoughts on this
Yeah,
with
why not?
Stephanie versus Io. I love this. And I think that they should give the championship to Stephanie, just like Ben said. Throw her to the
Yeah,
wolves.
Throw it.
Right
yeah.
now, she is over.
As
And I
fuck.
think that they need to just give her the championship and let her run with it. Io Sky, there's definitely so many scenarios that you could do after this. So you don't have to have her go for the championship. You could have a storyline with Rhea Ripley because they've been having the friendship. One could break up the other, or you could have Asuka fully turn heel on Io Sky, and then there you go. We get a program with Asuka and Io, which I think
was
could be
gonna add
really
on to
good.
that, whereas they give the title to Valkyrie and also have Io Sky go back with Asuka, whether it's a heel or like frenemies, something along those lines.
Frenemies. I love it.
How
They
do I
already
know
had
she's
Kairi
over?
Sane adding into it.
Hold on a minute. Angelo here in the chat says, how will you know she is over? We haven't seen her in the ring for a month.
Bro,
Do you see social media, Angelo? Do you have X? Do you have Facebook? Do you have Instagram? Do you see the comments on WWE's page?
But look at the
She
numbers. It's
is
still Rhea Ripley's ass.
over.
Yep.
Yeah, Stephanie, she's very popular for somebody who's been on the
So
main
is her
roster
cake.
for not a long time.
and might I add, the
So is
reason
that
why
flan
she's not
cake, bro.
wrestling is because they had
I'm
a
not going to deny.
storyline
I'm not going
with
to deny
her
that.
and Naomi, but can't wrestle if
Already a
you're
champion in our
pregnant.
hearts.
So that's why she hasn't been wrestling.
I'm telling you, they just have to throw her to the wolves, give her the championship. And I'm sorry, I don't want Io to win the title and then lose it right at Crown Jewel to Rhea. I don't want that to happen. Honestly, just give it to Stephanie, let her have a long title run. And then maybe you could have Roxanne take the title off of her eventually. And there you
I like
go.
that.
You
I
get
would just have
Roxanne
to
and
not
Liv.
choose.
Finish that feud.
If it's Valkyrie versus Roxanne, I would definitely I would just not choose. I'll lose.
Shut up. Shut up. He's like, I'm going to need to rewatch that fucking match for educational purposes at 0.5 speed.
I refuse to get a point from that match.
He said, you're not going to make me choose. I forfeit.
Yeah.
But a very exciting match. But now
the boys.
But now let's move on to our last TV recap. This past Monday at the end of Raw, Jimmy Uso came to Jade's aid, to which Jay said, I need you. I can't do this. What's your thoughts on the Usos possibly reuniting now?
It's not
Is
possibly.
it too soon?
They're going
Is it
to.
right?
I
Right
think it's
time or
about
too
time.
soon?
I think it's about right. It's been a couple years, you know. I think, you know, it's about that time to get, you know, the whole fucking, you know, the bros back together. I think Jay's kind of done everything at this point. You know, it's time to go back. You know, I don't think he's gonna win another world championship for a while. Yeah, I think, you know, they're obviously getting up there too in age. They've been doing this for a long time, so I think now going back with fucking Jimmy, it's gonna give him some rest. You know, the dude's been fucking carrying his shit for the last couple of years when he's been wanting to take time off. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea. And obviously, we're building into a good storyline. So,
yeah, that, and I was gonna say, I think it's great timing with Survivor Series just around the corner because they can add something along those lines with the Usos teaming up, maybe with Roman coming back, going against maybe Solo and NFTs.
Nah, that's where you're wrong. I think it would be the Vision versus Roman, Jimmy J, and somebody else.
That's true. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, change my answer.
But I will share my thoughts on this. I think it's perfect time for the Usos to get back together. It was cool seeing main event Jey Uso by himself. He got to win a world championship. He got to win the Royal Rumble. But I think that, like, it's ran its course. Like, he's reached his peak as a main event star. And I just think that it's the perfect time to bring him and Big Jim back together, especially with how, like, instantly over Jay is. I think it's only going to make the Usos even more popular than they once were. They are considered one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history as well. And this is where I want to pitch my little fantasy booking here. I think that this is perfect time for the Usos to get back together because the SmackDown tag division right now is stacked from head to toe. That entire division is stacked. They're putting on banger after banger. And the Raw brand, on the other hand, it needs desperate help. And I think one thing they need to do is get those championships somehow, some way on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Don't know how they do that because JD and Finn are tag champs right now and they're heels. So maybe put them in like a 3 or a 4-way tag match so that they can win the belt, so that the division have all the gold. Then I would eventually build up the Usos to get the Raw tag titles from them and do something there. But I think the Usos could definitely kind of give that Raw tag division a kick in the ass that it needs.
Desperately needs.
Hey, Eric Ellingson, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. But I do think it is time to get the Usos back together, and timing is everything. Perfect timing.
I want to give a shout out to Eric because I remember seeing his name quite a bit in that watch along on Sunday. So thanks, man. Shout out.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all the Maniacs that were in the live watch along, which once again, thank you, Dan Eddy, for coming in clutch.
The best around, fam.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that being said, now let's get into the We Are Wrestling podcast weekly news and rumors. And we got lots of things to talk about. We got some breaking news here. Literally 5 minutes before Dan Eddy and I hit the live button, we saw this news come out from Fightful. So here we go. According to Fightful, numerous people of influence within WWE have pushed for WWE to hold a major event in China in the coming years. Specifically, Hong Kong was mentioned as a location with a PLE event discussed within the WWE as a possibility. What's your thoughts on this?
It's kind of cool. You know, they're going on a more, a different kind of global scale. Like, we haven't really had, big event in Asia for a while. Like, it'd be kind of cool for them to go to Korea, Japan, Philippines again. It would be really cool to kind of get like a Southeast Asia tour. Also obviously like the mainlands. I think it's cool. You're not only broadening an audience, but you're bringing something over to them that isn't really accessible and don't really have it. So it's going to be a really huge thing. I think it's going to be cool.
I'm really excited because I feel like it's way overdue for all these countries that are now like as an interesting place to go to, like Hong Kong, like Canada, or like France needs more like PLEs, maybe just even weekly shows over there because of that crowd. Like the European crowds just always show up no matter which country. And when they go into these different countries like Germany, like Scotland, it's really exciting to see not only the culture, but like the way that this sport is international. It's just amazing to see every time.
Yeah, no, I got you, man.
I think that this is brilliant. WWE, they have been killing it in this new era with international PLEs and shows. And that's something that I will say is one of the positives, because there's a lot of negatives with WWE and TKO, but one of the positives is how we're not just getting normal house shows anymore. We're getting shows. We're getting PLEs that actually matter. And these international crowds, they fucking deserve it. And I will say, I enjoy watching a PLE on a nice afternoon and hearing the crowd just so freaking loud from the beginning with the pre-show all the way to the main event and the post-show. I think that like getting a freaking PLE in China would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to see WWE go back to Japan, because I think that they need to go back there, definitely. But moving on now to another country. According to WrestleVote, several within the WWE would like to see the current pairing of Chelsea Green and NXT North American champion Ethan Page appear on SmackDown in the near future, as their chemistry on NXT TV have impressed many. Additionally, some believe this newly minted Canadian faction would quickly establish Paige as a key player. What's your thoughts on a possible Canadian faction and All Ego getting called up to the main roster?
I mean, I think it's kind of funny. Considering, wait, is Piper Niven and it was her name, Alba Fire, is Ladon?
Alba Fire.
Yep.
Ladon, Alba Fire.
The secret,
Herbert.
But if it's gonna be all Canadian, then they should not be part of the whole deal because neither of them are Canadian. Far from it, actually.
Well, that's
So
when we find
I
a way
don't know
to
how
kick
it
them out.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna need some more Canadian wrestlers with that, I think it's kind of cool. That'd be a really cool. That'd be a cool thing to see for main roster, obviously. And Ethan Page is obviously well decorated in AEW, NXT. He's been champ for a while. It feels like. Yeah, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I mean, you're right. Their chemistry is really kind of intriguing, to be honest, and it makes you want to tune in to NXT. So, yeah, why not?
Man, only if Bobby Roode never had that neck injury, he would be perfect in this like Canadian faction with All Ego. But honestly, I enjoyed the chemistry because like with NXT, like I don't watch the full shows, but I watch like the replays and stuff. And the chemistry is definitely there with him and Chelsea. So I do really hope that they do figure something out with All Ego because it just seems like whatever they give him, whether it's the NXT champion or this North American, like Canadian gimmick, he's impressing all the higher ups in WWE. I guess the CW is impressed with him. And he's just a company guy who is a great worker. And I feel like he's somebody that's going to do so good in the WWE for years to come.
Well, fucking sweet.
So I'm ready for it. I hope this happens. I want to see All Ego on the main roster. But moving on now to some quick news here. Don't really have to talk about this, but it is in the news. Drake is a fan of mommy.
Oh my god!
On the Not This Again with Bobby, Drake said this: "My FYP page is just all Rhea Ripley. She's a wrestler. She's like my muse, but I'm the opposite of probably everything that she likes." What's your thoughts on that? Are you surprised?
Why are we talking about it?
Everybody's talking about it, man, in the wrestling world, man.
Not us. Like,
I'm
who the fuck
surprised.
cares? Why are we talking about Drake?
I'm surprised he does like her, considering she's of age. So,
All right.
it's just,
No.
it's just one of those things. I don't know why we're talking about. Everybody is a fan of Rhea Ripley.
Oh man, I knew it was gonna do this. That's why I put it in there. I like to stir the pot a little bit.
I'll just put it in a remote.
All right, let's move on to some really good news here. Recently on the Stephanie McMahon podcast, What's Your Story? Roman Reigns says he doesn't want to stop being a WWE superstar to pursue acting. Wants to manage both fields. And here's what Roman Reigns said: "I wanted to be the first guy who could do both, as opposed to I know John Cena did, and he did it his way. But to really be able to do both and like damn near lead a movie and then also still main event a pay-per-view and to have this type of responsibility because there's a lot riding on it. I do understand there's insurance and all different things behind it, but to be able to hold that type of responsibility and to be able to juggle both, I think that's something that this generation, and hopefully I'm the one of the first to be able to do it. So I don't want to just stop being a WWE superstar in order to wear other hats. I'm always going to be a WWE superstar. I'm always going to be Roman Reigns, and I don't want to ever have to choose." What's your thoughts on this?
I love it. I love it. You know, the dude's a workhorse. A lot of people undermine just how great he is. And, you know, he's in another phase of his career. It doesn't mean it's over. Obviously, since 2022, we've seen him way less. I mean, in 2022, the dude wrestled 56 matches. 2025 so far, we're going on, 5 or 6? So, I mean, like, we've seen him less and less over the years. I think that this is great not only for, us fans, because we know that he's planning to stick around for a long time if he can. But I also think it's great for, the audiences around the world, seeing his movies and everything, because I think he's talented. So I love this, and I hope that, with this whole new thing that, WWE is allowing their superstars to pursue other things while also still being under the same roof is, it's great to see, because now everybody's winning, everybody's making money, everybody's able to do their thing. So I love it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great opportunity for them to leave that opportunity open for them to do. Not only just to make extra money, but also do what they were also passionate for over the years. So yeah, it's a good idea.
I love this. And I think Roman Reigns is going to be able to juggle both. Obviously, he's not a full-time wrestler anymore. He's more part-time. But as long as he's not holding like a world championship and like pretty much doing the Brock Lesnar schedule or what he was doing towards the end of his long title reign, I'm okay with it. And right now, Roman Reigns is instantly over with everybody. So the fact that like we're getting Reigns like doing both Hollywood and WWE, I think it's good for everybody. I think everybody wins because WWE, like, I don't think they want to run into a scenario like they did years ago with The Rock. After The Rock's WWE career, he kind of went off to Hollywood and left WWE behind. While Roman Reigns, on the other hand, he could still do Hollywood, come back to WWE, and he could bring in maybe new fans.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on now to some even better news, which just came out today. AEW will not be going head-to-head with WWE on September 20th. According to Fightful, AEW All Out will air at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, September 20th. It will also be the first AEW pay-per-view available on HBO Max at a discounted rate of $39.99 for subscribers. Also, the afternoon pay-per-view success of Forbidden Door helped contribute to the decision to move All Out, which has been discussed for weeks. How do you feel about AEW moving All Out to the afternoon before WWE WrestlePalooza?
The question is, how do you feel? Because I don't care, and I'm pretty sure he don't care. So how do you feel, Donnie?
Well, I care because I get to watch both shows now. I'm excited. I'm going to have a full day of wrestling. Hopefully, AEW All Out. Maybe we can cut a couple matches so I don't miss WrestlePalooza. Because I will say, before this came out today, I was so disappointed because I saw like the potential lineup for WrestlePalooza, especially with AJ Lee coming back, Brock Lesnar and John Cena, Stephanie versus Io, Randy, Drew. Man, I didn't want to miss that. I didn't want to miss that.
You'd have to choose.
Or not Randy and Drew, Drew and Cody. I did not want to miss that. So I am very, very happy that we can watch both. And I actually do have to put Tony Khan over in this situation because Tony Khan could have kept the same time that he was going to do, which was Sunday night. But he decided to go into the afternoon so that fans like myself can enjoy both. So thank you, Tony Khan, for doing that. And I think that he deserves a little more respect from the IWC. But moving on now to our next topic here. We've talked about these individuals for a little while, but according to Fightful, sources say that the Righteous may be finishing up their indie dates with WWE's interest. What's your thoughts on them going to WWE?
I have no clue who they are.
Vincent and Dutch.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I'll just give my thoughts real quick on this. Because Bray Wyatt, he was very high on them. Karrion Kross has also been super high on them. And I'm just sick of seeing these reports. WWE interested in Dutch, Vincent. I just want to see him in WWE already because I think that they'll be such good fits.
Bet.
But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors topic. According to Fightful, one WWE talent spoken to said they prefer the current schedule, getting occasional weekends off, more days at home, and time to stay in shape and recover. Another talent said working live events was always different from TV, but having them effectively cut by 2/3 made them even more special and enjoyable for them to work. What's your thoughts on the WWE scheduling?
Haven't we talked about this so many times already? This is just more praise about how great the schedule is. We've talked about this like 4 or 5 different times.
Well, pretty much like what WWE's trying to do here. I should have said it in the beginning because I didn't have it in my notes. But pretty much they're saying like they want to keep the house shows going on, but just more special occasions. And now like the talent are starting to speak up about like how they like the schedules and stuff. That's pretty much like what the news is for that.
Oh, well, cool. Good for them. Yeah, they get to recover, they get to spend time with their family, and they get to, get in touch with reality again. They're not gone all the fucking time. I mean, they get to be home with their kids when they're born. They get to go to birthdays, funerals, get-togethers, family reunions. It's fucking great.
And said by myself, yeah, anytime you get off work and then you could still get a work-life balance, it's great.
Definitely have to agree. But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. Fans in Paris were swarming wrestlers throughout the week. RHEA Ripley posted this after getting swarmed, saying this: "Remember, we are people. Do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies. Nobody should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver's door and completely mobbed, like I just experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no. What the fuck?" What's your thoughts on this?
Some of you people should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. 100%. Like 100%. Some of you should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. You do not mob anybody, celebrity or not. That's fear for their fucking life, man. And it's not like she had a lot of security around her either, so anything could have happened at that point. And to be like shoved up against an Uber driver's door, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, that's so fucking dangerous, dude. Like, at this point, it's sad that it has to happen, but like nobody should be going without bodyguards, at least 2 of them. Like, that's fucking wild, man. Fucking wild.
Yeah, because I believe after the Rhea Ripley incident happened, which WWE did see all the viral tweets and everything, that's when they started to have people security escort the wrestlers around, which I don't know why they didn't do that from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly. They don't, like Angela said, they don't get access to these people, so they're gonna need fucking security, bro. So the fact that they didn't, dude, you need to tighten your shit.
Yeah, and maybe with like the usual swarming around there, the hotels and then the airports, like this is just taking it to the next level, pushing up against the car.
That's fucking how you get bad publicity out of me, dude, because I'm swinging at one point. If I say fuck off and you didn't hear me the 3rd fucking time, dude, you're getting knocked. I don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. Like, if I cannot get into my car because you're an asshole, I'm gonna fucking open that car door and hope to God you're not in between it when I slam it shut, because if anything's there, I'm not liable for that. Once I'm in that car door and my body's in here and I'm closing the door, if your arm or your fucking head, your leg, your foot, what the fuck ever gets stuck in that bitch, I'm not liable for that shit, because at that point I was in my entryway. I was literally in the place I'm leaving to. Like, I'm currently in a car to leave. You should not be fucking getting in that car. So, no.
I agree. Crazy, and here's the thing too. James All Day said it best right here. Go to meet and greets if you want to meet your favorite wrestlers. And this is what I want to bring up, because I am somebody who does go to thousands of wrestling conventions. I go to so many meet and greets. And don't be stalking these wrestlers at the airport. Don't be following them at the hotels or after the shows. Don't be friggin' piling up to somebody's Uber friggin' vehicle. Because at the end of the day, Rhea said it best. Like, we're human, just like you. And I just don't understand it at all. Like, I don't know why WWE wouldn't have security around at all times, because you and I, Ben, we went to Fanatic Fest this year, and we saw like
zoo.
When there's celebrities and stuff, like they had to have security all over them because of how crazy the people were. And WWE is a top attraction too. So of course these fans think they have full access, which shouldn't be the case.
And they fucking don't. Oh, I have popcorn. Sorry.
And if you want to meet your favorite wrestler, Go to a convention, go to a meet and greet.
Now who has ADHD?
Bitch, I already knew I did. It's ADD, fucker.
No, that's true.
How do you feel about it, Dan?
It's just disgusting to think about and even see in real life because, like Rhea Ripley said, they're all human. Like these things are like happening more than it should. If you go up to somebody who's famous and they politely say like no or decline if they wanted to pick or like sign something, then move the fuck on. It's one thing that you have to take the opportunity to meet your favorite wrestler or meet somebody famous, that maybe you can sell on eBay later on down the road. And the fact that these people not only swarm all these wrestlers in the airports and hotels already when they have multiple things to ask them to sign, when like 80% of that stuff is going to end up on eBay later on that day.
Yep.
When they're pushing them up against their cars or vehicles like to get them to their job, then yeah, I'm just like Rage. Like I'm going to throw hands. Like I'm going to get these people out of the way some way, somehow. So it's just disgusting because people are crazy. People are, just ignorant.
And there's one thing I do want to add before we do move on, because Angelo here says, I would walk up to ask for a picture, and if she doesn't respond or say no, then I'm leaving her alone and walking away. See, there's no problem with me seeing somebody like at the same time, but like when you're stalking somebody, like going to the airport with like a bunch of like unopened, like friggin' opened up like Funko boxes, trying to get them all signed, like that's where it's an issue. Like, don't follow the wrestlers to the airport or the hotels or where they're going. Like, if you want to meet them, you meet them. That's that.
At the meet and greets, that is the purpose of meeting your favorite wrestlers. Hence the word meet.
And even some wrestling fans can be very creepy with female wrestlers too. Yeah, when I went to RHEA Ripley back at Big Event New York, I was in line. I waited towards the end of the day to meet her. And there's people in front of me and behind me who were pretty much like going up and pretty much getting just photos with her. And it was like their 4th or 5th time. And they were treating it like a freaking Six Flags like roller coaster. Wow. Like, that's just creepy, man.
This is not like Borat.
Just have respect for these women wrestlers. That's one thing that I ask, like, my fans, I ask everybody to have.
Be a decent human fucking being, not a scumbag. You fucking
there we go. Good segue to our last We Are Wrestling Weekly News and Rumors topic.
When I see you in real life, I'm giving you a hug. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Well, according to Fightful, one ESPN source spoken to wasn't thrilled about the VPN read on Stephanie McMahon's show, but didn't think it would be a big issue. So pretty much during her show, one of the sponsors, it was a VPN. And VPN, if you don't know what it is, which I just learned what it is, it's one of those like online things where you can like watch like from different time zones, and you can watch like the WWE network, because I believe other countries, they still have the old school network. So some people will change their VPN so that they're able to do that. And ESPN's not happy because pretty much they're charging $30 a month for people to watch new WWE PLEs.
Eric, probably the weekend of WrestlePalooza when I see Donnie next.
Oh, yeah.
Going through the door.
Yep. It will be next time we're in IRL.
Yep.
In real life.
Weekend. Yep.
Real quick,
well,
VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. So that's why they could be able to get all access to this stuff.
All right. Well,
Weird.
I think it's time before we get into the getting put over in the AJ Lee main event. Dan, you got a special package?
I did.
Oh, let's go.
I did.
Yeah.
Got it right here. Don't worry, I won't show you your address. I got this right here.
All right. It's time to open it up, baby. Let's see what you got.
I can't wait.
Is it a bomb?
Anybody want to guess in the live chat, what does Dan Eddy have inside his nice little box? Delivered by We Are Wrestling.
Are they going to pop out at me?
Imagine that, just a big old dick just whips out the box and just smacks you in the fucking face. I'd laugh.
What the hell is happening here?
Taking all the
What?
clout.
I was trying to put the screen on Dan.
There we go.
We are wrestling assless chaps. Yeah, there, that's about right.
Love it.
Yeah. Jesus, Donnie, you take this more than a wrestling for a Christmas present.
It's like airplane peanuts. Ain't nobody trying to get
Yeah.
in that shit.
God damn.
Dude had to bring out the scissors and the fucking
That's
hammer
right.
and the chisel.
I wanted you to bring out the scissors for the acclaim.
Ah,
All right, let's
see
go.
ooh, we got a hat. Ooh.
Yeah, bro. Oh, shit.
Hey.
He got the swag. Well, you
There you
have
go.
to tighten it, but yeah. He got the swag. Let's go. Let's go.
We got a We Are Wrestling t-shirt here.
Let's
I'm the
go.
last- I feel like I'm the last pick in the NFL draft, you know, just getting all the merch and stuff.
Hell
Hey,
yeah,
at least
dude.
you're not
Uh,
undrafted.
Yeah.
It's true.
You're drafted.
Mr. Irrelevant, yeah. And I got a shit ton of business cards
Yeah,
of the
boy.
We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Hey,
Truckers
hold
unite,
hey
bro.
Dan, hold that shirt up real quick.
I think that was it. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you go on to get yourself a We Are Wrestling Attitude shirt, all you have to do
Oh
is
my
go to
God.
prowrestlingtees.com and go get yourself a shirt today. We have lots of different designs up on there.
Buy it.
But Dan Eddy it's official.
We officially have swag.
Well, let's see what some of the Maniacs said here in the live chat, what they were expecting you to get. Eric thought you were going to get assless claps, a
Chaps,
mini
but yeah.
title,
That's
a We Are Wrestling t-shirt. So, Bradley, you did call it. A signed Stephanie Valkyr picture.
damn it.
Bro, I'd be fucking swinging.
Goal. New goal. New goal.
Give Dan Eddy a RHEA Ripley signed picture.
No,
Give
no,
Dan Eddy a
Rhea,
fucking
no,
private
no,
whoop ass.
no. Rhea's rages. Rhea's rage.
Yep.
I'll take Roxanne.
Oh, yeah, motherfuckers, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's really cool. I've already felt welcome in the podcast, and I'm getting that feeling once again all over. So I thank you guys. You could have picked anybody.
Swag.
Like, swag.
That's right.
Thank you.
Dan Eddy is We Are Wrestling swagged out. Let's go. W's in the chat for Dan Eddy.
He's officially initiated. He officially got the swag. Oh my god, it's 2011 again.
Well, with that being said, let's get into the Getting Put Over segment. Every week, we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. We talk about the defining moments, the accolades, the rivalries, the segments, and our biggest what-ifs. It's time to put a new wrestler over in the We Are Wrestling Getting Put Over segment. Every week, we alternate. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. And it is the end of summer, so this is our last female wrestler that we are putting over. And Dan Eddy, you had the honors to pick. Who are we putting over?
I am picking the one and only Bailey.
Whack.
All right, well, this week, guys, we are going to be putting over Bailey. And the way we like to do this, if this is your first time here, we ask you guys a few simple questions. We ask you guys your favorite title run, favorite match, favorite segment, favorite year, favorite rivalry, and a what-if scenario. So, why does Ben's statue... I don't know. That's the way that they made the
It's
statue.
the gastro.
All right. Well, the way we like to do this is go over the accolades. So here we go with Bailey. She's got a lot of accolades. She is a one-time WWE NXT Women's Champion. She also won the 2015 Female Wrestler of the Year NXT Award. Also in 2015 and 2016, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. Also 2015 Most Improved in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated. She is a 2-time WWE Raw Women's Champion, a 2-time WWE Tag Team Champion with Sasha Banks, and the first ever Tag Team Champion. Also, the 2019 Money in the Bank winner, 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and she also was ranked number 1 in the 2020 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 100 Female Wrestlers of the Year. And she did win the 2024 Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
So now let's get into our favorite title run of Bayley's.
Give me one sec. So I went with the title run of 2019 to 2020. That was a big, big thing for her, especially when she first came out with when she left the Hugger. And it was shortly after she decided to axe down all those fucking wacky wavy inflatable arm tube men and just went on a completely different side. And it was one that I was hoping for, but altogether, that's another discussion for another time. But this title reign felt massive. It was well over a year, and it's not very often, especially nowadays, unless like you're Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. You don't get a healthy title reign like that. So for Bayley to get that upon, donning a new persona, it felt like it was going into a whole new world, man. A whole new world.
That's the thing, too. Even with the Thunderdome era, just like Drew McIntyre, she carried that women's division.
380 days, man. That is an accomplishment, and especially for, I'm not saying that she's super late in the game, but for how late into her career in WWE that it was, like, it ushered in a whole new era. And I feel like because of this turn, a lot of people became a lot more confident with theirs. Like whenever somebody turned, like they were more confident playing that character, and I felt like it was followed up by this.
Yeah, I have to agree. I chose the same title reign, the women's SmackDown Women's Champion, for her second title run. I kind of picked it too because it was her longest title reign of 380 days, and it was some interesting matches, including that fatal 5-way elimination match. And I always picked that for one of my favorite matches. But yeah, everything Rach said too, because it was sort of like a defining moment for her career, not only just for her like personal career wise, but the WWE universe, because it was in the Thunderdome era and she carried the women's division.
Yeah, so with Bayley, I went a different route, and my favorite title run of hers was the NXT Women's Championship. She had the belt for over 280 days and just felt like it was a great title run because around this time when she won the belt, that's when Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch went over to the main roster, and she ended up leading the NXT Women's Division, just putting on great matches after great matches. And I was always more of a fan of the Hugger Bayley than heel Bayley, which is why I had to go with this. But nothing to take away from that title run she did have in the pandemic. Just really enjoyed this run. Her as this was like an underdog John Cena run she had with the belt. But let's read some of the comments here from the Maniacs. We do have here Alex Johnson. My favorite run of Bayley's was when she was champion in the pandemic era. Agree. Eric, love some Bayley, especially with the cake. Sadly, she runs in the WWE gauntlet. Might be time to talk to Tony. Maybe.
Yep.
But now let's get into our favorite match.
This one's going to surprise y'all, and it surprised Donnie too. But my favorite match was Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2015. For people that were two superstars and dreamers at this point, and obviously best friends in real life, hashing it out in a massive fucking match. When you're close to somebody, and when you've been on the road with somebody, when you've been in the ring with them countless times off screen, and you're constantly talking to each other, you develop this sense of, what the fuck is the goddamn word? Not just camaraderie, but chemistry. You develop a certain sense of chemistry that can't be matched. A lot of this chemistry existed in Edge and Cena, CM Punk and Cena. Those once in a lifetime feelings that it's going to live on forever. And 10 years later, this is probably still my favorite match between them.
So here's what I got to ask you, because I'm very surprised that this is your favorite match, because of all the Mercedes, Sasha slander we've heard here on the channel.
I'm not biased, man. Like I'm
No,
not.
I
biased.
know I've never said you're biased, but I just never knew this was your favorite match, so I'm very surprised.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, again, I don't like Sasha too. Is like obviously a huge bar. Bailey, I've never cared for, but I can acknowledge when something is magical. You know, I can acknowledge when something feels larger than life. I can acknowledge when a match is gonna echo into the latter halves, the latter years of their career. Like this match showed me who they really were and what they were capable of going to the main roster, and here they both are.
Wow, I can shed a tear right now of joy.
Like I said, I'm not biased,
surprised.
bro. I just don't talk about it because I don't really care for either of them. But if you had to ask me, that's what I was going to give you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair. I went with a different match with them too. I did the Hell in the Cell in 2020 versus Sasha Banks, and a lot of it was the same reason. It was that chair shot. Exactly, you're right, Donnie. That chair shot with Bailey. My bad. Bailey with Sasha Banks, and if you're watching that, I cringed all over again, like I was watching for the first time. And just the chemistry with their long, like the relationship between them, where they're frenemies, they're best friends, they're tag team champions, they're absolutely brutal, feud one another. And is it the hat? It's one of those matches where you just have to sit back and enjoy, and the Hell in the Cell aspect of it just added to it. A very close second I chose, just I couldn't pick between them. It was the Bailey versus the Io Sky in 2024. Yeah, WrestleMania 40 was the Io Sky women's title match. I picked that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
when she won the championship.
Yeah,
I like that. For mine, obviously, had to go with Brooklyn NXT TakeOver 2015. I've said this many times, and we are putting over Bailey, and I would probably say the same thing if we were putting over Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné. This right here, Bailey versus Sasha Banks, is the greatest women's wrestling match of all time. And I stand on that business.
Whoa.
This is one of my favorite matches I have ever watched with two women competing against each other. And there's a lot of female wrestlers today that got inspired to become pro wrestlers because of this match. There was just something special about this. And for me, like, this is where I got really invested in Bailey and Sasha. This was the perfect time for Bailey to win her first championship. And then we got the four horsewomen all together in the ring for the very first time ever. And it was just a really cool passing of the torch moment. And man, these two had such great chemistry. They had Rock and Stone Cold that freaking chemistry. That's how good they were in the ring together. Yep. But let's read a couple of the Maniacs here. We do have Alex Johnson. Favorite match of Bailey's is her versus Sasha in a 30-minute Iron Woman match for the NXT Women's Championship. That is a good one. That is a really good one. But moving on now to our favorite segment.
Favorite segment is her 2022 SummerSlam return when she introduced Damage Control, because, again, it felt like a new era. Bailey had been gone for a significant amount of time out of the ring. It was almost like it felt like 2 years. It felt like it was a long time. It was like almost Randy level long time. Like there was a significant amount of time. Like, yeah, she was on screen and everything, but nobody knew when she was coming back. So when her music fucking hit, and then she came with fucking Io Sky to introduce her to main roster, Dakota Kai, Damage Control felt like a big fucking thing. And I remember the roar of
I was over at your
stadium.
house.
Yes, the roar.
Me and you
of
were
the
so hyped.
Stadium. Dude, yeah, because it felt new. This was a Bailey I could get behind, and ever since then, where I don't really care for her, this is the most interested I've been in her, because we're seeing layers. And with the recent vignettes, who knows? My opinion can totally change. And this was the moment where I was like, dude, this feels fucking huge.
My God, like, only if they actually let them win matches, they really could have taken over the women's division.
Yeah. And this was like the first PLE under Triple H too, so that's how he knew it felt huge. And for that to be the first big thing he did, fuck.
I wasn't a fan of her heel run at first, but this here, I loved Damage Control.
This was directly right after fucking Becky won the title from fucking what's her face in like 2 seconds, right? Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah,
like
Bianca
fucking,
Belair.
Yeah, and then fucking Bailey showed up right after. It was explosive, bro. Like me and
you lost our shit.
Yeah, I remember my brain melting in real time, and it still kind of is feeling those goosebumps again. So yeah.
And if you guys want to rewatch me and Rage's reaction to that, it is up on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. One of the early reactions too.
You shall find it.
Yeah. I picked a different iconic moment. I chose when she got rid of the fun hugger gimmick, and I remember seeing that live where I was just like, "Oh shit, okay, we're doing this," and I was just shocked like everyone else, and it was probably something that will stick in people's memories of her career, much less any other mic segment that she has, or the Ding Dong TV show. Yeah, there was just so many segments to choose from that
I hated
go
this.
wrong. I feel like it.
I hated this so much.
I know because you just said you love the hugger gimmick, but she was saying
it was. I will say, despite me hating it, it was time.
Yeah,
and it was good. Just wasn't my cup of tea because I enjoyed the
timing of a babyface going heel.
But you know what they all say, Dan? All good things must come to an end eventually. And that's what happened here. But she did go on to have a long title reign, and she probably saved some years of her career.
She actually didn't quite like it as much, and the fans made her continue it because one of the matches that she started doing the whole hugger gimmick was with AJ Lee, and that's partially why I picked it. Because the fans were just going crazy after she was hugging AJ Lee constantly during their match. And then a week or so after, it was sort of like a thing. Like the Yeet movement was just an overnight, thing.
That's what happens in the WWE universe. So I had to go with the contract signing for their match at Brooklyn because I just enjoyed the entire storyline. And that's what made me so invested in that classic that they had during SummerSlam weekend. So I had to go with the contract signing. I thought that this was a great way to push Bayley as the underdog, and I think they did a great job. They really showed a lot of animosity towards one another, and Sasha is just such a great heel, and she did a great job here. But now let's get into our favorite year.
2022. This was just whole fucking world building for this new Bayley persona, and it almost felt like a second wind on her career. And I think that, and obviously it's non-hugger, so it's immediately my favorite era. So I would say 2022 because she was piping hot at this point, literally and figuratively.
I won't deny what you just said there.
Yep.
About the last part.
I had to choose 2016. I think either me or you, Donnie, said Hummer gimmick. Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't pick a year because I feel like every new year or new season of WWE, you can say, it was just something new and iconic for Bayley. Because I couldn't pick one. 2015, 2016 was the hugger gimmick. 2017, 2018 was the role model era, and then the 2022 or 2020 to 2022 was, well, technically 2021, but that era was the most kind of pivotal heel heel gimmick that she did, that what we said earlier was carrying the WWE universe during the COVID era. So I went with 2016 just because it was the statistical move to do. That was the most matches that she's had in a year span, and the most wins and the win percentage. So
I love the analytics there, Dan.
Yeah,
that's why you got We Are Wrestling merch. Yep. All right, my favorite year had to go with 2015 Bayley. Just this NXT run, I really, really enjoyed it. And then unfortunately, main roster, she still had a successful main roster run, but I don't know. Just something about the NXT run I really enjoyed the most. So that's why I went with 2015. And she did win Most Improved on the PWI.
Facts.
Which Alex Johnson, his favorite year is during the pandemic, which I think a lot of people really enjoyed the heel run of hers. But now let's get into favorite rivalry.
Obviously, Sasha Banks. Obviously. Like, again, that chemistry only speaks for itself, and there's that one person in your lifetime, in your career, especially in this in this sport, that really matches your same energy and, you know, really kind of like elevates you above and vice versa. And that person was Sasha Banks for her.
Yep. The Batman to her Robin.
And when it's real, man, it's the best chemistry because even on the mic, you can sell it. So, yeah.
Joker, the Batman to the Joker, I think. I did Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. It's just the Four Horsemen. She kind of just always seemed overshadowed with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch because Becky Lynch was a 2-time champion. Charlotte Flair, obviously, the daughter of Ric Flair, everything, you know, going for her and then Sasha Banks, the other horseman. So it was sort of a tie-in to Rages because she always feuded with Sasha Banks.
She was the redheaded stepchild of the Four Horsewomen.
Yeah, basically.
She really was.
I did Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch because they did have some iconic matches as well. So, yeah.
I like that. I had to go with Sasha Banks, just like Ben. Everything Ben said, I agree with 1,000%. NXT, fantastic. Main roster, fantastic. These two,
they bring out the best in each other.
Exactly, bring out the best in each other. Can't say it better myself.
Anything that she was involved with Bayley, I genuinely enjoyed. A lot of testosterone in that ring. Love it.
My favorite rivalry of Bayley's was against Sasha. Not surprised by that. And let's get into our what if scenario.
What if she was able to keep up with the other Four Horsewomen, and if she spent more time owning her craft, working the mic better with acting classes, and never became the hugger? Like I felt like out of the Four Horsewomen, she stood out in the ways that hurt you. Obviously, everybody needs a PG-friendly character, but when you start to overshadow that over the entire person, that can make your career plateau. So if they had done what they did with her on the main roster a lot earlier, I feel like there would be a lot more respect on her name. I don't think it wasn't a case of she wasn't ready. I think it was a case of nobody thought about it, and it kind of hurt her. So what if she didn't do any of those things, got into acting classes for her mic skills, and again, you know, spent some time doing different kind of things on her moveset, you know?
I like
because
that.
at the time, her hugger fucking gimmick was fucking for kids, and we were in a heavy kid era, and she got hurt by it, dude. She even looks like a fucking elementary school fucking substitute teacher here, just in wrestling gear, bro.
I will say, as much as I love the hugger gimmick, you're not wrong with what you said, because if she did have this gimmick for her entire career, she would have plateaued. You're not wrong at all with that statement.
And we're moving away from that family friendly.
But that's the thing about Angelo's comment, though. The hugger gimmick, though, during that time was over.
But we were also very PG. So, and it
worked for the time, but they needed to move on from it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Dan?
I chose, what if she never tore her ACL back in 2021? I mentioned every year was sort of like a pivotal, iconic moment for Bayley. Like year after year, she has this character that always carried the women's division, in a sense. So if she didn't tear her ACL back in 2021 and she was sidelined for over a year, it just seemed like, forever, like Rage was saying earlier. She was scheduled for an I Quit match against Bianca Belair at the Money in the Bank, I think later on that year or next year. The victory would have established her as a dominant heel and basically stopped Bianca Belair's momentum. So who knows where Bianca Belair would have been at this time. And we were pointing to it earlier. if she never got injured, she would have come back at, was it SummerSlam after Becky Lynch won?
Yep, 2022.
And she wouldn't have brought over Dakota Kai and Io Sky with her. There wouldn't have been the Damage Control faction. There wouldn't have been any of that. Io Sky wouldn't have been world champion. So I feel like that sort of injury is sort of up there as far as iconic to like basically when Roman Reigns got COVID. They had to change they had to change the entire plan when that happens. So I feel like that was sort of a significant moment in time.
So when it comes to my what if scenario, I had to go with something similar to Rage, but different. What if the 4 horsewomen were a real faction? They were this big thing behind the scenes.
Fuck, that's a good one.
But we have never had them 4 together as a big faction. And I feel like if they did this, it could have been a game changer during this time. Obviously, we had the women's revolution during this time, so that's probably why they didn't. And they had to get established on the main roster because a lot of the times what you got in NXT with that crowd was different than what you got with a Raw or a SmackDown crowd. So they had to get established on their own, but I would have loved to see maybe after the Thunderdome era, just this dominant faction, because we've had so many male dominant factions throughout the years. We've had Nation of Domination. We've had D-Generation X, the Nexus, NWO. So I would have loved to see Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair have a real faction. And I think that could have been such a game changer to where maybe the women would have main evented multiple WrestleManias, multiple Premier Live events. So that's honestly like one of my biggest what if scenarios. And obviously this can't happen right now because Sasha Banks is in AEW.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there we have it, guys, for this week's Getting Put Over segment. To end the summer off, we put over Bayley, thanks to Dan Eddy. Next week, we get back on track with Rage. You get the pick. Do you want to give it a couple minutes? Let the maniacs spam in the live chat.
Yeah, let them spam in the live chat for a second. I'll think about it.
All right. Well, we're going back to the scenario, which while you do think about this, while we let the chat just start dropping some bombs, I do want to let you guys know that the way we're going to be doing this moving forward, every week, we're going to still alternate, pick one past, present, or future wrestler. Ben's going to pick this week. Next week, I'm going to pick. Dan Eddy will pick the week after, and then you guys are going to get to do a special put power of the poll and getting to pick who we're going to put over. So we're going to let you guys decide.
Oh, yeah.
I am pulling up the spreadsheet with all the names
I got
that
it.
you have.
This one's underrated as fuck.
All right, who do you got?
To make it fun, we can include all of his personas, but next week we're putting over Shane Helms.
Ooh, we have definitely never did that.
The Hurricane, Gregory Helms, fucking the same fucking dude. We'll put over Shane Helms. Because he is instrumental into the business. Yeah, he's instrumental into the business and the production of what happens behind the scenes now. So yeah, dude, Shane Helms.
Ooh, I am actually really excited to do my Hurricane homework.
Stand in the
I like it.
There's a hurricane coming through. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm so glad you made it this week to the podcast, Ben.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Hurricane. We're gonna be doing Shane Helms next week.
I don't know if you heard, Rage, but
We
I did
did do
survive
Island
camp.
Night, yeah.
I did survive camp over the weekend.
Yes, you did.
I did. I kicked nature's ass.
Proud of you.
Thanks. All right. Well, with that being said, all you We Are Wrestling Maniacs have been so patient. I know you guys have been waiting for us to talk about somebody in particular who is coming back to WWE. And we still have 50 people. We've had a consistent number throughout this episode, so we do appreciate all the love, all the support. And here we go with our We Are Wrestling main event topic. AJ Lee is coming back to WWE. According to Fightful, AJ Lee's return isn't necessarily a one-off, and WWE hopes to do more with her. WWE sources have indicated that AJ Lee is set to return to the ring. WWE sources also said most in the company considered it a foregone conclusion that she will be announced or be at this Friday's SmackDown.
I think she's going to be at this Friday SmackDown. That's what my thoughts are. I don't think that they're going to wait. I think they want this to be a big, like, it's happening, get fucking, like, I understand that sometimes they like to save debuts for, like, in the middle of the match or the day of. Totally cool with that, too. I love the suspense. But this is AJ fucking Lee. Give us a fucking monster pop on fucking Friday, and then give us a hell of a match on fucking Saturday. Like, oh my god, dude, I'm so fucking excited. I can't even contain myself, dude. AJ Lee is coming home.
Well, if she shows up this Friday, she wouldn't be wrestling on Saturday. It would
Sunday?
be at WrestlePalooza.
Oh, sorry, WrestlePalooza.
Which is that's a couple weeks. That's on September 20th.
That gives us a solid build up. That gives us a solid fucking build up. So, dude, yes, when her theme hits, bro, everybody's popping, dude. AJ, oh my god, and with CM Punk, bro, it's gonna be wild. And dude, this match is going to be fucking insane. Becky Hogan or not, Seth Rollins or not, dude, they are talented. They are fucking staples of this company. It is going to be a monster of a fucking match. Monster of a match. This is the couples match I was looking for. It's good. I hope it's a 35 to 40 minute banger, bro. I hope it's a fucking massive match. And she lives in Chicago. It's her husband's home, and it needs to be Friday. Yeah, dude. Yeah. In Chicago, dude? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have been jamming out to her theme song like this past few days or so. I even sent you guys a few reels because it basically couldn't be me.
Let's light it up.
Seth Rollins. Give me some Seth Rollins and fucking Becky Lynch shit-talking in the ring.
It is a bop.
Give me CM Punk at the ramp as he's about to come out, have him stop, and then hit AJ's music and let them come down together. Let them come down together because I'm going to scream at my television. I'm going to scream.
I'm definitely going to scare my dog.
Yep. Sorry. R.I.P. you, Kona.
Yeah.
R.I.P. you. Your eardrum's about to be gone. I'm so stoked, man. What's your thoughts?
I'm excited. I feel like WWE may be setting us up again. Like it may not be Friday Night SmackDown.
Shut up.
Hear me out.
I don't need that negativity in my life.
No, I'm not saying it's not going to happen for sure. I'm saying it.
She's showing up in Chicago. Come on.
It's Chicago. But yet, if you think about it, it'd be very, what's the word? Very poetic.
WWE, it's not happening. This is like one of the worst kept secrets. AJ Lee is showing up on SmackDown. I'm convinced.
You're convinced? Almost as much we're convinced that Cody Rhodes are going to turn heel at SummerSlam?
Hey, don't ever doubt the predictions champion. All right?
My shorts, you fuck.
Hey, I wasn't taking shots at you on that one.
What I was going to say is the Survivor Series is a long ways away. Okay. I just got more, man. Just leave me alone, man.
Yeah, I got
Survivor Series is not in Chicago. I'll give you that. But it's very poetic because we're waiting a long way to return from a wrestler that hasn't been around for almost 10 years. And who else did that at last year's or 2 years ago Survivor Series? CM Punk. So I'm saying that would be a very poetic, Star Wars World line. Yeah, in that way. WrestlePalooza I can also see, and I can also very much see Friday Night SmackDown this week. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm saying my hopes aren't as up as your guys's just because of WWE's booking, because they've been known to flop a few times here.
But now, Dan Eddy, here's where I'm going to stop you, because CM Punk made his return at the Survivor Series 2023. Where did it take place? In Chicago. Yes, where is this Friday Night SmackDown taking place?
Which is why I was saying it can happen Friday too.
They are.
I just wanted to
She's showing up, and we're setting the match up at WrestlePalooza. We're getting a mixed tag match, and honestly, I'm very excited because for the longest time we've heard the AJ Lee rumors, just like CM Punk when he was gone for a very long time. Oh, we're gonna get AJ Lee here, but I always said to Ben and Danny Huckins, our old co-hosts on the podcast, that I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to say it's happening because just like CM Punk, never expected her to return to the business. And now just timing is everything. And honestly, the timing couldn't be better. And man, I was hating on Becky Lynch since she came back, but honestly, I can't hate on her that much right now because her and Seth, their feud with Punk is the reason we're getting AJ Lee, and it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I cannot
Honestly,
wait.
I wouldn't be mad if down the line they do a tag team for both of their champions because they've been teasing CM Punk to become champion. They teased it as a champion for 5-10 seconds, whatever. And then AJ Lee come back, feud with Becky Lynch because they're building this IC Championship women's title with her for over 88 days, I think it's now. So down the line, I'm not saying it's going to happen at like WrestlePalooza or Survivors or even Royal Rumble. I think down the line, long term, they need to give CM Punk a title reign because they've been throwing him in with these different factions, these different storylines with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
Hey,
they do a champion versus a mixed tag team match. I don't think that's ever been happened.
But you see here, I'm all for it with CM Punk winning a championship. But that's the thing about CM Punk. He doesn't need a championship to stay relevant. He doesn't need a championship to stay over. Honestly, the person I'm having taking the belt off of Seth Rollins is Braun Breaker. And I'm doing the same thing that they did at WrestleMania 21. Braun Breaker, just like Batista, wins the Royal Rumble, and he goes after Seth Rollins, just like Batista went after Triple H. That's how I'm doing it, even though we all know it's probably going to be Roman taking the belt off of him at 42. Yeah. But let's get back into AJ Lee because I hope that this is not a one-off. And honestly,
it's not.
I do see her and Becky Lynch having a little feud there with the Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
maybe.
But now, does she beat Becky Lynch for the belt?
Not right away.
Not right away. No.
That I do agree.
It's possible, but not right away. No, we have
to. It'd be like a Royal Rumble match. Yeah, maybe Survivor Series. They do a PLE match. Becky wins, and then they do a rematch at Royal Rumble, and then
have her fucking win. Have her win the title and have Punk win the Rumble.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool. But I do want to ask you guys, before we do close off this week's episode, we might as well end it off here. Obviously, we know AJ Lee is going to be in a program with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. But now, with this stacked WWE Women's Division, who's somebody that you would like to see AJ Lee work with?
I got a good one.
RHEA,
Please on.
Roxanne.
Damn it.
Liv Morgan. Stephanie.
All right, one that gets you excited the most. One.
Obviously Roxanne, just based on their history.
Hell yeah.
Same.
Dan, you better come up with another option.
Dick. I mean, definitely Roxanne because she basically matched her entirely wrestling persona based off AJ Lee. Her wrestling portfolio is sort of like AJ Lee back in the day. She did an interview with, is it Chris Van Fleet? His name is?
Yes.
The CVV. She was saying some wrestlers that she kind of influenced her image of was AJ Lee, Paige, Alexa Bliss, and sort of like all those things. So I would say Alexa Bliss. With AJ Lee, because those promos against AJ Lee versus Alexa Bliss would be fire. Because, I mean, just take each of them individually with AJ Lee's pipe bomb against the Divas, and then Alexa Bliss anytime she's on the mic, whether she has her talk show or not.
Yeah, so a lot of people here in the live chat are saying Roxanne Perez, AJ Lee versus RHEA. And Eric here saying, dude, come on. This is just another rehash of old talent. We don't really need taking up top storylines. Got some new talent in there. It's cool and all very short term. Here's what I do want to say about that comment.
I disagree with that.
AJ Lee is an asset to any women's locker room with her experience. And honestly, right now, the WWE Women's Division has never been hotter. But now adding AJ Lee back to the mix, just like bringing back Nikki Bella and bringing in Becky Lynch, even though I don't like the booking decisions they've been doing, it elevates the division because that's how you get new stars over, by putting them in storylines with girls like AJ Lee who are over with the typical WWE crowd. But I will say, if I had to pick somebody that I would love to see AJ Lee work with, I'm going to go Liv Morgan. I think her and Liv Morgan, like, especially with both, like, the crazy personas, like, I think that we can get some real magic there. And they have, like, a similar, like, in-ring, like, style as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ Lee's only 38 years old, too. It's not like she's, like, old talent. It's just because she's been premiered before. So
that is true.
She's still relatively young.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else, boys, before we close off this week's episode?
No, that's the show, bro.
All right. Well, a couple things before we do close off this week's episode. If you guys haven't checked out the latest We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra, if you want to see Phil's internet acting up, you can go check that out. It is still up on the channel. Don't know why I decided to keep it up on there, but you can check it out. We talked about some of the latest news that happened last week because we did do predictions on the regular episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast. Then we also do have the Boston AEW Collision vlog. If you guys haven't checked that out, Ben did a really good job with the editing here, and it's a fun vlog. Angry Karen leaving a wrestling show. Like, you can't beat watching a Karen get pissed off. And it's at a wrestling show. So you guys should go check that out. And Blitzkrieg Pro will be coming back to Enfield, Connecticut on Saturday, October 11th. We Are Wrestling will be in the house. And we're going to be sponsoring a tag match. Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly, and Zachary Wentz versus Charles Mason and a mystery partner. So we do hope to see you guys in the Enfield, Connecticut area for that. And you can go vote right now on the next Power of the Poll. And I was telling them, Rage, when you were gone, the following week, so next week's episode, your poll will be up with the question that you submitted.
Oh, nice.
So I'm excited. I think you guys are gonna love Rage's next week's.
Love it. I love it because it was so like nobody talks about this.
It's a good one, but we're not going to spoil it. You got to wait until next week. But
fuckers,
if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this episode, wherever you get your podcast, please give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. And give us a follow on there as well as the social media pages for daily wrestling news, videos, clips, all the good stuff over on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you can catch these episodes live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be a part of the best wrestling community known as the We Are Wrestling Maniacs. Recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the post notifications. We do live watch alongs for all the WWE and AEW pay-per-views, reactions, vlogs, and the live episodes of the We Are Wrestling Podcast, and sometimes extras. Links down in the description box below. Links in the description box below. You can go follow myself, Rage, and Dan Eddy over on our social medias. Rage is over on Twitch, twitching it away. And Dan Eddy is also on Twitch. He's going to be covering football stuff over there, so you can go check him out. And he'll be wearing his We Are Wrestling merch that you can get on ProWrestlingTees.com. Yes, and you can even, if you're into wrestling figures and stuff, you can see in the background, I'm a huge collector. I have lots of videos up on my channel, Best One Donnie, posting daily over there. All the links down in the description box below. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
Bye.